Alright, quick update on Spell Token. So in yesterday's video we were highlighting a few different things, mainly this bull flag scenario where we could potentially be breaking above the #1 macro resistance that I personally see needing to break before we can turn macro bullish on Spell Token. Now, if you didn't watch the last couple of videos, I've highlighted how we've got, an all-time high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and so far this is still technically a lower high, and we will still be in a lower high formation until we technically do take out this region up here. So the #1 main level that I've had my eyes on for Spell Token is this macro low that we put down on the 4th of December. Now, the reason I think this is so important to break is because we have a lower high trajectory and we have a lower low trajectory where we keep on putting in lower lows, lower highs, and we have these bounces, come back down and fall off the table. So if you've been watching, you know that I've been saying this is the key level to break. This is the 0.0061. Yesterday we highlighted the possibility of a massive trade coming in if we did manage to break over the top of this 613 region. Now, we came up yesterday, or we had a daily close just underneath this. We had a 4-hourly close above, and you can see on the daily we wicked above this and got rejected very strongly. Now, we highlighted why this would be very strong resistance, and I still am sticking with the fact that if we do manage to break above this, if we manage to have a big pump above it, a back test of this region, and then a push up, I would personally be entering a trade. Obviously, this isn't financial advice, this is my own trading plan, but I think there's a really nice risk to reward ratio trade of a 90% pump all the way up to just above the 1 cent region, and this 1 cent is quite conservative even though it's a 90% pump for multiple reasons. Spell Token has a pretty dirt cheap market cap. And number two, if we're drawing our fib from the high to the low, let me make sure I've got the exact right target here. This is pretty much it anyway, but let me put that here. You can see our first Fibonacci is this 236. So my trade would only be a breakout trade to the first Fibonacci region at the 236, which is once again at the 1.1 cent region. So not too much to ask for. Nonetheless, quick update on what's going on now. You can obviously see that we've had a brief fake out above the top of this bull flag. Now, personally, I'm really not too worried with this because if we look previously, you can kind of see we had a similar kind of bull flag target, and we had this nice bull flag. We had a few fake outs over the top of it. We never had a daily close above the top of the bull flag, and this bull flag kept on just going for like 2 months. I mean, if we take from where the pole ended, this is the wrong tool, I always do this. If we take from where the pole ended to when the uptrend really started, it was 64 days. So it basically took 2 months just kind of flagging out. Obviously, you can't really call this a bull flag when it's just got a flag like this and a very small pole. Nonetheless, I still think the technical was there. I think the target was very valid. We obviously came up and filled it. And nonetheless, we've still got good volume right now, so I'm personally not too worried about the price action on Spell Token right now, that we have had a fake out. I'm still personally waiting for a break above the 6115. So you know my position. I'm personally not in a trade right now for Spell Token. I do think it's very, very important to wait for a breakout of this, like I've highlighted, #1 important level to break. This is this previous macro low all the way down here on the 4th. This is also the neckline of this big M pattern. It's much more prominent on the daily, but you can see nonetheless it's very valid on the 4-hourly. You can see this 4-hourly M pattern broke down, macro low down here. So there's quite a few reasons why I think it's very important for us to wait for a break above this neckline, a daily close, a back test. I'd be looking for something like this, putting in a daily close, back testing, and then starting to push up before I do personally get macro bullish for Spell Token. Now, I'm very short-term bullish for Spell Token. I like the setup of this. I like how we are resetting the RSI, especially on the daily. I mean, we were overextended, so coming down, resetting the RSI. This is the 4-hourly actually. I mean, we are quite overextended on the daily. Nonetheless, this does have a dirt cheap market cap, and if we come down to, or if we come up to the higher time frames, you can also see that the RSI is beat down very, very hard. The money flow indicator's off the table, so I do think if we do manage to close a daily above this 0.0061, we would have a huge trade coming. Nonetheless, I'm still being cautious because, like I've said, this is a huge level of resistance, and we're either going to be having two things, in my opinion. I think we're either going to get above this and pump to the upside very hard, or we've had our rejection and we're going to start falling off the table. So I'm being conservative. I'm waiting for a break. Until that happens, I will be sitting on the sidelines. And also why I think the 236 is a good take profit region. We had this huge M pattern with a similar very important neckline right here just above the 1 cent. So I think this is going to be a huge level of resistance. I personally wouldn't be looking to hold spell past that point. That's just me. This is really a short-term trade for me. I'm still keeping my eyes on this short-term trade. We're still in this bull flag, and you know, we're still building momentum to the upside. So I'll update you if we do have a break above this. Until then, I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm not panicking, but you know, I'm also not in a trade. So if this completely falls off the table, if this does get rejected from this, you know, level that we've been pointing out, then you know, obviously I'm unaffected. But if we do break above the top of this, I will be entering a trade. Until then, I still do think it is very risky to enter a trade on spell if you are, you know, in hopes that this bull flag is going to break out. You know, personally, I'm a trader who likes to react to what the market's going to do. I don't necessarily like to predict and say, oh, we're in a bull flag, so we're probably going to break out, I'm going to buy here. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm going to wait for a breakout. I'm going to wait for a confirmation. Once the confirmation happens, I will be making this trade, and I'll update you if that happens. I'll update you if we have a strong rejection. Nonetheless, that is all I see for Spell Token. Best of luck if you're holding it. Once again, none of this is financial advice. It's just my own opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.